Hi, this video is going to cover how to use some of the basic features in Google Sites. The first thing you're going to do is go to Sites. The first thing you're going to do is go to sites.google.com. Hi, this video is going to cover some basic functions of Google Sites and how to use them. The first thing you're going to do is go to sites.google.com. You can do that by typing it into the omnibus, or you can come over to the waffle, and the Sites icon should be up in the top. It's a blue icon. If it isn't, you can always scroll down and it should be in your next section. Now this is the classic Google Sites webpage, and this is where it will automatically bring you. The classic sites are not quite as intuitive to create. They're still pretty intuitive, and they don't look quite as nice when you're done. So if you want a nicer looking site, you can click New Google Sites down at the bottom left. Notice that when it comes up, it looks really similar to like your docs or your forms, and it does work the same way. If you want to come up here, you can access your menu, and any sites that you've already created will be right here in tiled form. You can always change those to list form, just like you can do with docs or forms. To create a new site, you come down to the right and click the plus button. Now, every time you start a new site, it will always look like this. They always start with the same background image, the same font. The first thing you want to do is come up here and give your site a name. Notice that'll also show up over here in the top left-hand corner. You can also name your home page. It can be the same name as your site or different if you want. And all I'm doing for that is clicking over where I want to type and then typing in whatever title I want. The next thing you might want to decide is you come over here on the right top and you can see you have themes. These are pre-set up options similar to PowerPoint, where it will have font and colors that work well together already organized for you. So if I click on a different theme, it's going to change the look of my page. Another way I can change how my page looks, once I've selected my theme, is I can come over here, and all I did was mouse over my banner at the top or my header, and that brings up these two options. So you can change your header type to be bigger, to be the way it was originally. You can have it just be a title with no image, or you can have it be a full cover, so it covers the whole page when someone comes to your home page. Once you've decided what type of header you want, you can also change the background image. You can either upload your own image, or they have a preset selection of images that will work well and that have a nice resolution. Once you've set the header type that you want, you can come over and you can also change the image by clicking on Change Image. You can upload your own image, or you can select an image from preloaded images from Google. And to do that, you just click on the image and hit Select. Notice over here it says Adjusting for Readability. So for instance, this theme started with a white font. If I would have chosen a light background, it would have changed the color of the font so that it still appeared well with the background image. Once you have the theme and your image set, you can come over here to the right and choose a pre-made layout if you don't want to make one from scratch. So for instance, if I clicked this layout, it would automatically give me 3 places to add pictures, as well as add headings for the pictures and descriptions. Over here on the left, I can also change the color of the section background, and it's pre-chosen emphasis colors that go with the general theme so that everything will match well. You can also duplicate a section by hitting this 2 paper icon, or you can delete a section by clicking the trash can. If you don't want to start with a layout, you can also add individual components by using these. You can also add individual components by using this menu over here. So for instance, if I were to delete this layout, I could add an image carousel by adding at least 2 images. So for here, I'm going to upload images. So for here, I'm going to select images from my Google Drive. I'm selecting 3 images, and then I can click select. Once those images upload, you click insert, and now I have a carousel, and in the live website, whoever's on that site will be able to page through those pictures. I could also then add my own text box by clicking text box. And notice these circles on the side. I can change the size of the text box, and by clicking out of it and then mousing over it, I get the 4 arrow button that lets me move it. And I see how I moved it up here. So now I could have text next to my picture. If you want to add more pages after your first page, you come over to the Pages section in the top right and click the plus button. It'll give you an option to name the page. It automatically, at the top for this thing, will create the links to your different pages. You can also change that by coming over to this settings icon and change it from top to side. And notice now I have the hamburger menu icon over here on the left, and if someone comes to my website, they'll be able to navigate the pages from there. If you want to create a subpage, so let's say this page said social studies, and you wanted underneath social studies the different units that you were going to be covering in your social studies class. I could come over to this page 1 and click these 3 dots that appear, and then add a subpage. Now in this menu, when I hover over page 1, it will pull up a list of the subpages for the person to go to. If you're collaborating with someone else, or if you're having your students work with this site and you want them to work in groups, you can come up with Share with Others. And you can type in their email here and make sure that the pencil icon is selected. And that way, those people that have that pencil icon permission can also edit the site. So all of this has been saved, but none of it has been published to the web yet. If once you're done, you want to publish it, you click Publish. it will give you the website address, which will also always be sites.google.com/North Schools, and then whatever you named your site at the end. Notice that right here it says who can view my site. The default for our district is going to be anyone in our district, but your students can also change that, or you can change that to just specific emails if you only want to share it with certain people. Once you've double checked all of this and made sure it's what you want, you can come over here and click publish. And now that site can be viewed live. If you want to preview your site to see how it is going to look when people view it, you can click this preview icon. And this is how it would look live. Notice that now I can scroll through my images. You can also, if you come down to the bottom right, you can view it the way it would look on a tablet and the way it would look on a smartphone. And those are the basic features of Google Sites.